Good.
Oh, time. Yeah. 15.
Right, good morning everyone. How are you?
Great.
That's good. Okay, at the beginning I would like to share with you a few numbers. The first number is 200 plus. Did you know that there is more than 200 diseases that are foodborne? That's a big number, right?
Yeah.
Some of them, for example, are diarrhea, salmonella, cholera, hepatitis A. So that's a big number. The second number I would like to share with you is 1.5 million. That's the number of how many kids die a year from diarrhea. That's a big number too. 1 in 6 Americans get food poisoning that's from food and they get hospitalized. That's 48 million Americans. 128,000 of them gets hospitalized. So it means they have to go to hospital. And 3,000, that's the last number, 3,000 of them die of food poisoning. And that compared to Taiwan, it would be 20,000 deaths per year from food poisoning. Okay, as you can guess, our presentation is about food safety, and my name is Julius Verdes. So here's content of our presentation. First, I will try to introduce what the food safety is generally. Then Gary will talk about No Food Safety Center and some news. Daniel will share with you some market behavior, then approach of EU and United States, and what people can do to change about food safety. And further to protection, we'll browse slides. Okay, so first, food safety generally, what it is. It is a scientific discipline that takes care of handling, preparation, and storage of food. It includes also a lot of routines to avoid health hazards. Some of the routines are, for example, food labeling, food hygiene, and also that we should look for food additives and food pesticides that are used while growing food. And last but not least, safe delivery and preparation of food to the final consumer. Okay, and here are 5 principles of the World Health Organization, and Gary will talk about it.
Okay, thanks to Julius. And I'm Gary, and today here we are going to talk about food safety, right? But before that, I would like to introduce some basic concepts about food safety and we can check it out that did we do it right or not while we are dealing with food. So this is the principle that proposed by World Health Organization. So first, keep it clean. Second, separate, roll and cook. And third, cook thoroughly. And fourth, keep food at safe temperatures. And 5, use safe water and cook materials. That sounds pretty easy, right? But before that, I would like to ask you guys a question. Imagine a situation that you are having your dinner and suddenly your stomach tells you that you want to go to the toilet. And after that, you want to go back to have your food. And then you will always remember to wash your hand. Please rest your hand. Okay, you better take a look at the people who didn't raise their hand, because you better watch out before next time you want to shake hand with them. Oh, okay. Actually, most of you do. And these are the things that correspond to those 5 principles that you need to do to correctly while you are dealing with food. And you can check it out on the website of World Health Organization. So we have doing something to protect ourselves, but food may be dangerous already before they come to us. And I'd like to ask you guys to imagine a world that was no food safety system. There were no FDA, there were no food crime, there were no regulation for food crime. What would the world be like? And I got it started. Imagine that one day the sun is shining, the birds are singing, and everything is wonderful. and suddenly you get a phone call. A nice and tender lady politely tells you, I'm sorry to inform you that your kid was dead. And you're totally shocked. And you ask her, who caused it? She said, the school mail did. And this story actually happened last year in India. The government come up with a policy to provide children meal at school. But since they want to encourage the parents to send their children to school. However, this thing happened, and I guess probably after that, the parents will never want to send their children to school, maybe. So I think if there were no food safety system, they will cause like they will make no trust between consumer and company and government. So they'll probably influence our society, influence our health, and also maybe our economy. And this is like a chain effect and will lead to a whole catastrophe. So let's move on to news that will actually happen in our world and in Taiwan. So first in Taiwan, as you can see, already in 1979, our oil has gained into trouble. And I would like to tell you something is that these news is only 1/10 of the news that I find on the website. So 1/10, that means there's still a lot. So bless you all Taiwanese. And let's come to USA. Besides genetically modified food issue, contaminated food is most of the news occur in the US. And then we come to Japan. In Japan, there's a huge company like Dingxing in Taiwan, and they sell all kinds of food products, and they caused 556 people hospitalized in 1 week. In China, they sell mouse meat as lamb, pork, and beef, or any kind of other meat. That sounds really yuck. And in India, which is the news that I said earlier, this accident caused 22 children dead. So that's really horrible, right? So what is exactly happened to our food? What can we do to food safety? And that Daniel tells us.
Thanks for Gary, and I'm going to tell you why did all these things happen. Okay, because I think that the businessman lacks business ethics. What they cares about are the profits, not the welfare of the customers, and the profits they get from selling the food, unsafe food are more than their penalties they get. And I think that the most important thing is the fact that the product they made, they just keep compete with each other on cutting down the prices instead of improving the quality. And so next maybe we can see what did the Europe and USA have done. Okay, this is the Europe have done. They unified the food traceability system, and they got a strict import control and the most severe punishment. So, and for the USA, they have a good cooperation between the different government departments, or they will work on with research institutes or private laboratory, and of course they have better technology. So how should we do in Taiwan? So what should we do in Taiwan? Okay, I think that first we need to unite the food traceability system, and the government should cooperate more with the non-governmental organization and give more punishment to those heartless businessmen. Okay, you may think that This action may need time to put into practice, but Ladius will talk about something we can do right now. And
Okay, Neil. So most of you have smartphone, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know that you can like get really good application for your phone? It's like it's free, and I'm pretty sure that some of you will download it to your phone after this presentation. And like anyway, this application like provides information. Information on food like recalls and alerts, and recalls and alerts, and like you can get to your phone. It will like help you to like how your food can be like safety, how you can like protect. And if you don't have an iPhone, you can also get this information to your emails. And like, what happens if you will like eat like poison food? You would get ill, right? So you should like call emergency, like a doctor or something. Or like if you and someone you know will eat the same poison food, it causes like foodborne outbreak. If it's like if you will get in same time ill, you should like call your count or health department. So you will like protect the other people that they won't eat the same food like you did. Like it happened me and Julius here in Taiwan, and we didn't do anything. So shame on us. Right. Okay. If you still like need some information, you can. This is the application. It's called like you can ask Kara. She will help you like how long you have to like cook your eggs, or how long you can keep like your stuff in the fridge. And in the bottom line, if you don't want to get cancer, just watch. Let's just look where your food come from. Thank you very much.
Great. Okay, thank you. I thought you were going to invite some questions. So,
Ask some questions.
do you have like, at the end actually you should just like, do you have any further questions? Like, do you have any questions to our presentation?
Do you have any questions?
Great. Classmate, do you have any question to their presentation? No? Okay, I have one question. Can we go back to your slide? I think it's the Gary's part. It talk about all the diseases that happen in Taiwan, right? My question is from that part. That doesn't mean
This
that this
one?
part is not good. Yeah, exactly. I'm asking how you talk about the protection. Actually, at the end, you come up with the solution. How can we deal with that, and how can we avoid that? But for those issues, how can we avoid this?
I think this question needs to ask like Ladius.
Julius, Ladius, okay.
And
Good, very good. This question is not mine. She's asking me.
Like I found like a website online, and there's like so many information like about like almost everything. You can find like really a lot of information, and if you don't know, you can just ask her the application on your phone, or it's also on the internet.
So what you suggest is, every time if we go out to the restaurant to have our lunch or dinner, we should call someone to make sure that the food's safe.
No, if you are like ill, you should call a doctor. But if it's like you and or your friend, and you ate same food or drink same drink, like you should probably like to call someone, because like if like you will go eat like after me and you will have same food, you will be
Exactly, but that will be the consequence. That's the result, right? We found out that, for example, most of us got ill today, and we found out we all eat one food. So that will be the result. So we find out what caused that result. We can actually, you did come up with the idea. How can we try to avoid that?
There should be like freedom of information. I think, you know, if you go to a restaurant and you ask them about the origin of food, that's about the traceability system. So improve the traceability system. So
Okay.
you know where your food comes from.
That's good. Okay, thank you. Well, any further question, classmate? Great. That's normally like that. Any question? No. Okay, thank you. Good job.